The Canadian government has made a decisive move opening its doors to European automakers while tightening restrictions on US exports. But here is the real kicker. Tesla, one of America's most dominant electric vehicle brands, is now in Canada's crosshairs, facing a potential 100% tariff. What does this mean for the North American auto industry? Could this be the beginning of the end for US dominance in vehicle production? And why is Canada suddenly prioritizing trade deals with Europe over its closest neighbor? Stick around as we break down the key events, economic impact, and what this trade war means for American automakers, consumers, and jobs. This is not just about trade. It is about power, influence, and the future of electric vehicles. What's happening? Trade relations between the United States and Canada have always been robust, but the recent escalation of tariffs has put them to the test. The United States government, under the guise of protecting domestic manufacturers, imposed sweeping tariffs on Canadian auto parts, steel, and aluminum. The justification was that these measures were necessary to secure American jobs and reduce dependence on foreign supply chains. However, these tariffs sent shockwaves through the Canadian auto sector, which had long relied on the United States as its primary export destination. In response, Canada did not just sit and watch. Ottawa struck back with its own set of retaliatory tariffs targeting key American industries, including automobiles and metal exports. These countermeasures were not just a reactionary move, they were strategically timed and carefully targeted to inflict maximum economic pressure. Canada's goal was clear: to demonstrate that any attempt to strong-arm them into submission would come at a steep price for the United States auto industry. Historically, tariffs have been used as a tool to protect domestic industries, but they often lead to trade wars, as seen in the past between these two nations. The history of trade relations between Canada and the US is marked by periods of cooperation and conflict, with tariffs playing a significant role in shaping the economic landscape. Amid this escalating trade war, an unexpected factor emerged: the European Union. As Canada faced increasing instability in its trade relationship with the United States, European automakers and policymakers saw an opportunity to strengthen ties with Ottawa. With its comprehensive economic and trade agreement already in place, Canada began shifting its focus toward a more stable and cooperative economic partner. With Canada searching for alternatives, the European Union emerged as a key player. But why did Canada choose Europe over its historically strong ties with the United States? Canada's decision to deepen its trade relationship with the European Union did not happen overnight. Years of uncertainty in U.S. trade policy, unpredictable tariffs, and the growing influence of protectionist policies made the European Union a far more attractive partner. The CETA agreement, which had already been in effect for several years, provided Canada with duty-free access to the European market, something that the United States' volatile trade policies could not guarantee. The European Union's response to the Tesla tariffs was also significant, as they sought to protect their own auto industry while fostering stronger economic ties with Canada. As Canada distanced itself from the United States, it made a bold move that sent shockwaves through the global electric vehicle industry, a direct strike on Tesla. The Tesla tariff. Canada's decision to impose a 100% tariff on Tesla vehicles is not a random choice. By singling out Tesla, Canada delivered a powerful message. It was willing to hit the United States where it hurt the most. And the impact of this decision was immediate. A 100% tariff effectively doubled the price of Tesla vehicles in Canada, making them unaffordable for the average consumer. This not only harmed Tesla's market presence in Canada, but also threatened the company's broader North American strategy. Tesla had been expanding its operations in Canada, particularly in sourcing battery materials and manufacturing components. With these new tariffs in place, those efforts face severe disruption. From a broader perspective, Canada's move also disrupted the electric vehicle industry. Tesla had long been a leader in the transition to EVs, and any setback for the company had ripple effects throughout the sector. Other US automakers closely watched the situation, fearing that they could be next on Canada's tariff list. At the same time, European electric vehicle manufacturers saw an opportunity to expand their influence in Canada, further diminishing the United States market share. Legal challenges are expected, as Tesla and other stakeholders may argue that the tariff violates trade agreements. Economically, the tariff could lead to higher costs for consumers and potential job losses in the auto industry. The long-term implications of this tariff will be closely watched by both policymakers and industry leaders. With Tesla facing a significant setback, concerns grew that this was just the beginning. Could the entire North American auto industry be on the brink of collapse? The increasing trade tensions between the United States and Canada raised a troubling question. Was the North American auto industry on the verge of fragmentation? For decades, automakers across the continent had relied on the integrated supply chains established under the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement. Vehicles assembled in one country often contain components from the others, making seamless cross-border trade essential to the industry's stability. However, the escalating tariffs threatened to unravel this system. United States automakers such as Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis faced growing uncertainty. Supply chains that had functioned efficiently for years were now at risk of being disrupted, increasing production costs and reducing profitability. Factories in both the United States and Canada began to feel the pressure, with potential job losses looming as companies struggled to adapt to the changing trade landscape. One of the most immediate concerns was the effect on manufacturing plants. Many United States-based assembly lines relied on Canadian parts and vice versa. If tariffs remained in place, production delays, cost increases, and factory shutdowns could become unavoidable. The risk was particularly high for auto workers who depended on steady production volumes to maintain job security. Consumers could also face higher prices and fewer choices as automakers pass on increased costs and adjust their product lines. The fragmentation of the North American auto industry could have long-lasting impacts, reshaping the market and influencing future trade policies. The question now is whether the United States and Canada can find common ground to prevent the North American auto industry from fracturing, or if this is the beginning of a long-term shift that will see Canada and the United States diverge into separate economic spheres. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think will happen next? The future of the North American auto industry hangs in the balance. Will innovation and collaboration lead the way, or will protectionism and division take hold? Stay tuned as we continue to explore these critical developments. The Tesla tariffs have far-reaching implications for the Canadian economy. One of the most immediate impacts is the potential for significant job losses, particularly in regions heavily dependent on auto manufacturing and related industries. Factories that produce parts for Tesla and other electric vehicles may face downsizing or closure if tariffs make these products uncompetitive. Consumer prices are also likely to rise. Imported electric vehicles, including Teslas, will become more expensive, making them less accessible to the average Canadian buyer. This could slow down the adoption of electric vehicles, hindering Canada's progress toward its environmental goals. Moreover, the tariffs could lead to a shift in the auto industry landscape. Canadian companies may seek to diversify their markets, looking beyond North America to Europe and Asia. This could foster new economic alliances but also create uncertainties as businesses navigate new trade regulations and cultural differences. The Tesla tariffs are a turning point, forcing Canada to adapt and innovate in an increasingly complex global market. The question remains, how will Canada respond to these challenges, and what will the future hold for its auto industry and broader economy? Share your insights in the comments below. In the wake of the Tesla tariffs, automakers around the globe are re-evaluating their strategies to stay competitive in an evolving market. Major players like Ford, General Motors, and Volkswagen are making significant adjustments to their production plans and market approaches. Ford, for instance, is ramping up its investment in electric vehicle technology while exploring new partnerships to mitigate tariff impacts. This includes potential alliances with Asian battery manufacturers to secure a more stable supply chain. General Motors has announced plans to increase domestic production, aiming to sidestep tariffs by manufacturing more vehicles within North America. This shift may create new job opportunities but also comes with the challenge of scaling operations quickly to meet demand. Volkswagen is taking a different approach by diversifying its market presence. The company is focusing on expanding its footprint in Europe and Asia, where the tariff impacts are less pronounced. This strategic pivot includes launching new models tailored to regional preferences and leveraging existing partnerships to boost market entry. Smaller automakers are also getting creative. Rivian, a startup in the electric vehicle space, is exploring niche markets and specialized vehicles to carve out a unique position. By focusing on adventure and utility vehicles, Rivian aims to attract a specific consumer base less affected by tariff-induced price hikes. These responses highlight the auto industry's resilience and adaptability. Companies are not just reacting to the Tesla tariffs but using them as a catalyst for innovation and strategic realignment. The landscape is shifting, and the next few years will be critical in determining which automakers emerge stronger and more competitive. In light of the Tesla tariffs, the future prospects for the North American auto industry are poised for significant transformation. The tariffs serve as a catalyst for change, pushing both policymakers and industry leaders to rethink traditional approaches. Potential policy changes could play a crucial role in shaping the industry's trajectory. Governments may introduce new incentives to bolster domestic production, including tax breaks for manufacturers who invest in local facilities. Additionally, there could be increased funding for research and development in electric vehicle technology, aiming to reduce dependency on foreign components and enhance the competitiveness of North American automakers. Market trends are also evolving rapidly. Consumers are showing a growing preference for electric and hybrid vehicles driven by environmental concerns and rising fuel costs. This shift is likely to accelerate as automakers introduce more affordable and technologically advanced models. The emergence of smart cars and autonomous vehicles is another trend that could redefine the market landscape. Companies investing in these technologies today may gain a competitive edge in the near future. Technological advancements will be at the forefront of this evolution. Innovations in battery technology, for instance, are crucial for reducing costs and improving the range and efficiency of electric vehicles. Furthermore, advancements in manufacturing processes, such as 3D printing and automation, could significantly reduce production costs and lead times, making North American-made vehicles more competitive globally. In conclusion, while the Tesla tariffs present challenges, they also offer opportunities for growth and innovation. The North American auto industry is at a pivotal point, and the steps taken now will determine its future success. By embracing new policies, adapting to market trends, and investing in cutting-edge technologies, the industry can not only survive, but thrive in this new era. As always, thank you for watching. If you found this analysis insightful, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think the auto industry will evolve in response to these tariffs?